Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Black Eagle from Snake Beater, back with a brand new video. Today, guys, I'm going to be giving you 5 top tips to make your team better. Now, these are 5 tips to try and make your team plays better, what you should do to make your team better in gaming situations, and just ways to improve your play style. So we're going to go through to that. If you do enjoy this video, make sure you hit the like button, comment down below, and please subscribe. Apart from that, and make sure you put your notifications on, but apart from that, let's jump straight into the video. So the first thing we're going to talk about is, first tip is talking about weapons. You want to make sure that your team has a wide range of guns. You don't want to all be running the same weapons. Say for example, everyone on your team has a Havoc. Straight away, everyone knows already that energy ammo is quite hard to find, so there's no point having like 2 members of a team running a Havoc, for example. It should probably be only one person that actually really should have an energy gun, because it is harder to come across that, for example. Next thing you got to think about is like snipers. How many people on your team do you really want to have snipers? If you have, say for example, 2 people that have snipers, the third person is going to be quite left out, and they're not going to be able to be as aggressive as they should be, considering they have 2 close to medium range weapons. So you want to be making sure you're talking about what weapons you've got to your teammates, deciding, right, I'm actually more comfortable running, say for example, the Prowler with the receiver. I'm going to run that. If you mind me taking it off of you, for example, swap weapons. Make sure you get guns that you're comfortable with, but make sure though you are obviously talking about it and running very similar weapons. I think it's a very good idea to run close to medium weapons. Snipers are good, but you need to make sure the whole team's running it. So talk to your team, work out what you guys want to run, and then go from there. So that's my first tip, talking about weapons. The next tip I'm going to give you is sharing gold loot to the best players. Now, when I say sharing gold loot to the best players, I'm talking what is the best player the gold loot suits. So for example, gold body armor. There is no point Lifeline having that gold body armor. If you're giving Lifeline the gold body armor, you're pretty much saying have like only one person on the team's got super fast heal. Everyone knows Lifeline's passive means she heals faster. She pretty much runs around like she has a gold armor on. So the best way to do it is share out the gold loot to the best player suited. So gold helmet, for example, somebody that needs their abilities back quickly, like Wraith, Pathfinder, and then for example gold res, who's got the best comeback. So when they come back, normally the gold res is best to give to whoever has the gold backpack, purely because of the fact that if they go down, then they can res themselves and they've automatically got health. But if that's not the case, somebody that you think is the best player on your team, because if they go down, then they can get themselves back up quite quickly. And of course, gold backpack, you're going to pick either Gibby or Lifeline, because straight away they've got faster heals and they're going to get your player up quicker, therefore getting extra health easier. So that's tip number 2, sharing gold loot to the best players. Tip number 3, calling out if it's a friendly ulti or not. Now this is one that I find that happens quite a lot. A lot of people on Reddit bring it up as well. It's not even just ultis, it's also people's abilities and whatnot. So like caustics, barrels. You need to be communicating with your team when you're ultiing and whether that's not your ulti. If you're Gibby or Bangalore, straight away you should be saying my ulti or not my ulti, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't play those legends, but if they're on my team, I expect my teammate to call it out, because it is very difficult for us to know. There's no sign to say whether it's a Gib ult. Of course you know whether it's a Gib ult because it's your ulti. Bangalore, it's your ulti. So you need to be communicating with your team. It's the same sort of thing with caustic. If you put a load of barrels down, you should be saying, right guys, I've just boxed this room up with barrels. You are safe to come in and out of this room. Whereas if you obviously go into another room, you might be like, are these your barrels, mate? And he'll be like, no, they're not my barrels. Communicate with each other, tell each other when you're using your ulti, when you're not using your ulti, and as I say, whether you're putting down barrels or not. The next one, tip number 4, is learning how to use your ultis to pull revives. Now, you want to make sure that you're learning how to pull a revive with your ulti. Some people are quite reluctant to using their ultis to try and res a teammate, but if anything, it's a very good reason to use your ulti. For example, Wraith is a bit of a no-brainer. You obviously get your portal down, and then you can get them to a safe place to pull the res. But you need to look at other legends as well. So for example, you could go with Mirage. If you whack down your ulti, you might be able to give them a little cheeky bamboozle, chuck them off the scent, and you can pull a res. Another one, for example, Gibby, chuck down your ulti, then dome, and then you can pull the res. Bangalore, smoke ulti, pull the res. Pathfinder, set up a zip line ready to go, so as soon as you picked up your teammate, they jump on a zip, boom, they're gone. There's very different situations where you want to use it, but you want to kind of make sure you're learning how to use your ultis when you are looking to res somebody, because you want to keep your team as a free. As soon as you lose a player, you are automatically at a disadvantage, and especially in the last few rounds when people realize you're only a squad of 2, you are at a massive disadvantage, and people are going to push you a lot quicker, and they want to see if they can get you down. So that is my tip for number 4, learning how to use your ultis to pull revives. And then we're on to tip number 5, callouts. You need to be telling your team how many legends you think you see, whether you see 1 legend, 2 legend, 3 legends. Try and communicate with your team how many people you have seen and how many you expect. That's not even just one first thing, man. Also, you need to be calling out what you hit. As soon as you shoot somebody, tell people, right, I've just hit 20 damage on the Bangalore. Okay, you need to be communicating with your team so they've got an idea in their head. Don't just say I've shot them or call out one shot. One shot is very difficult to read because there's been many times that you could shoot somebody for 16 and then that isn't one shot, is it? Because in the day they're still running off. So it's very difficult. You should be trying to tell your team how much life you think they have. Okay, I think they've got 20 health left. I think they've got around about 40. Give people an idea. Say the number. The next thing you also need to be saying about is their armor. What legend has what armor? Okay, right, I've just seen Wraith's got gold armor. So straight away your team automatically know, right, if I see Wraith, I need to take her down quickly because I know she's got escapes and she's got quick heal armor. So it's best not to chase her unless I can take her down quickly. Communicate with your team also as well. The fact also if your team's got, they go, so for example, purples. Then you know if your team's only got regular armor and whatnot, maybe it's not worth pushing this team unless you can catch them out. And then the last thing you should really be communicating with your team is when you are engaging and when you are disengaging. You need to say, right, guys, I am going in. Guys, I am going to pull out and heal. Tell your team as well when you're healing how many seconds you got left when you're disengaged. Okay, I'm pulling a Phoenix. I've only got 3 seconds left. Wait for me, wait for me. And then they won't push and be by themselves. Communication is a massive one and call outs are huge. If you do not call out something simple about, say for example, as I say, the health, if you do not call out, okay, it's about 20 HP, then somebody is going to go in thinking one shot is literally one shot, which should be about 1 HP. That is what the definition of one shot really. You can hit them anywhere and they're down. So it's massive, this one. So I'll go through it again. The things you should be calling out are how many legends you see, what you hit, what armor legends have, and when you are engaging and disengaging. And then the final thing, I've got a bonus tip for you. So this is going to be tip number 6. So for the bonus one is when you are down, you are not out. So what you need to be thinking about, even though you've just gone down, don't just sit there, chuck away the controller, push your keyboard away. You need to be thinking, right, I can still help my teammates out here. I can block doors. I can block players. I can shield my own teammates, and I can still make call outs of who's healing, who's down, how many teams there are, if there's another team engaging, so I need to tell my teammates to back out. You are still in the game, even when you're down. I mean, you can use that, the down shield, so your knockdown shield, sorry, to protect your teammates when they're doing self-revives, for example. You just need to think of it that you are still part of the game. You're still a huge part. So when you go down, just remember you are not out. You are still a very valuable member of the team. Apart from that, guys, those are my 5 tips with a cheeky bonus one at the end. I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you comment that your own tips down in the comment section below. Make sure you hit the like button if you do enjoy, and please subscribe with those notifications on. We're still all in self-isolation lockdown, so please make sure you're staying safe. staying at home, don't pass around the disease and whatnot, guys, because it ain't gonna go away if we don't. And yeah, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.